Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm former MLB player Jermaine Curtis, and today we're going to be talking about a long swing and the three things that could be causing you to have a long swing. And the person you see in this video is one of my online clients, and what you'll see here is I'm going to show you, just letting you see what, when we first started working together, what he was doing. And you can see how long this swing gets, right? Long swing. Now this kid could hit. He could hit. He worked. His parents reached out to me and said, hey, we're workers and we want to get better, but I know there's a lot left in the tank because he's just slapping balls to the opposite field. He's getting his base hits. He's hitting for a high average, but he's not driving the baseball. And you can see why right here. See how this swing just gets very long, very long. Okay, and it's forcing him to see or hit the ball really deep and just slap it to the opposite field. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you and tell you the three things we worked on, but first let me show you on this side where you'll see how like short his swing is and how now he's naturally hitting the ball out front. And when you do the things that I'm going to talk to you about today, you're gonna have more time. You don't have to cheat to the baseball. And his dad was they were laughing because in the videos I started telling them, like, you have time now. You have time. Before, he had to cheat to try to get to the baseball, and he would roll over and things like that. Now he has so much time, and he's getting his point of contact out front now, and he's pulling balls more naturally, and he's driving the baseball. So I'm going to talk you through a few things that we talked about, okay, and what we fixed. So the first thing is that we fixed his stride, his lower half. Everything works from the ground up, right? The swing doesn't work if your lower half is messed up. The lower half is like a foundation of a home. If the foundation is unstable, then the home will start crashing down. And it's the same thing with the swing. If you look right here, look how he starts diving towards the plate. And then he's basically fighting his body to swing. So for all you out there, make sure that you're at least a decent ways from the plate. Your mind unconsciously knows if you're far away from the plate or if you're close to the plate. And then your body will react to where you are in the batter's box. And as you can see right here, it doesn't look like we're too far away from the plate, but he obviously is, because he's taking that stride and closing himself off, and then basically he's fighting his body. If this pitch was inside, he would roll over it because he doesn't have much space to get his hands out front. So that's the first thing you want to take a look at, is where you're striding and how far are you away from the plate. I always recommend to be about just give yourself, I like to land even or maybe even slightly open, because that allows me to get the hands out front, and that's where you do damage. And if you look over here, you'll see, look at the difference. He's closer to the line, his feet's more even, and look where he's striding now. It's basically even, and it allows him to get the bat head out front. So first thing I would recommend is checking your feet. Okay, checking how far away from you, how far you are away from the plate, because that will help you out a lot, and help your lower half work more efficiently. And when your lower half works more efficiently, then you're going to take better swings. So that's the first thing. The second thing we worked on was, if you see right here, when he strides and his front foot starts landing, even before, his hands already starts dropping, and then as you can see, his body starts to move forward and leave the bat behind, and then he starts to turn, and then now the bat's lagging, and you got this really long bat lag thing going on, and you see how long he gets. Okay, and then if you look over here, you'll see how the front foot gets down. And now he's in a good launch position. Knob is pointing to the catcher, bat is above the head, and he's ready to fire. Way better position, and he's ready now to take the barrel to the ball. Okay, and you can see how the bat starts to basically go back and then gets on plane, and then he drives, right? Beautiful swing, beautiful swing, and starting to come together. You know, it should be art when you start swinging and you're doing things right. It should look like art. And then if you look at a person and it doesn't look right, then it's like bad art, right? But as you can see right here, that's what we worked on. You can see how everything just hands start falling and leaking early, and then things get long, and then very very long swing. So that's the second thing we did. Okay. The third thing we did, we worked on his top hand and being more tight to his body and more direct, because your top hand controls the barrel of the bat, right? And so if the top hand is weak, the barrel is just going to drop. So the whole point of working the top hand is controlling that barrel. And if you have control of the barrel, you're going to be able to get that barrel to the baseball, and you're going to square some balls up. And you can see right here how there's a different path. Look how the bat is working and how his top hand starts working, and then this allows him to get that barrel to the ball more consistently and drive through it. And just look at that compared to that. So those right there are the three things we worked on. And it could be, if you fix these issues, it'll tighten your swing up. You'll hit for more power. You'll have more bat speed. You'll have more time, because one of the things we would talk about now is that he has more time. Since his swing is shorter over here, look how short that is. Look in here. Look at just in here, this area right in here. Look how short he is compared to, look how long he is in here. So he had to cheat more. He had to think, okay, you know what? I need to get ready a lot sooner to get the barrel out front to hammer something. But now he doesn't have to, because his swing is just much shorter now. That barrel goes back, it gets tight. Boom, now he gets the bat head out front and he's able to drive something. So when you do this correctly, you're going to definitely have more bat speed. You're going to hit for more power. You're going to hit more doubles. You're going to drive the baseball more, hit more homers. You're going to be a much more powerful hitter, and you're going to be more consistent as well, because you're giving yourself more chances to say yes or no. On the left side, you have to make an early decision because your swing is too long. On the right side over here, now he has time, so he can say, you know what, I'm going to lay off that pitch. I'm not going to swing at it. And he can now just become a hitter. He can react. He can adjust a little bit later because his swing is shorter, so he's able to get the barrel to the baseball. Here, again, you have to cheat more. You have to pick a side of the plate. Now, I do think advanced hitting, you should pick a side of the plate, and you should hit that way. Like, all right, it's 2-0. I'm looking for this pitch middle away. You're picking zones. You're picking different places. Now that's advanced, but you definitely should do that. But he was doing it in a way to just survive, and that's the difference here. Surviving instead of leading the pack. And when you have a swing like this, you're going to be able to lead the pack. So if you want my help, I'm helping players all across the country, online and in person. Comment below. The link will be below. I'll be able to work with you, your kid, whoever, to take them to that next level. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know your thoughts on what you're struggling with below, and I'll try to help out and make a video. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.